Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy YBP Gang, YBP Nation, YBP Boxing, YBP MMA. And today, I'm going to be trying to predict who will be the UFC champions by the end of 2024. YBP MMA edition. We got Steve Harvey holding the WBC boxing belt and the UFC belt. We got the UFC logo. We got Kanye West holding the UFC belt. Let's get right into it, starting with the heavyweight division. It could be no other than Tom Aspinall. I just can't see really anyone else taking it from him. Like, I was doubting him like a lot going into the Sergey Pavlovich fight. I thought Pavlovich would be able to like knock him out. We've seen like Tom Aspinall has had issues sticking his chin up in the air. Just problems, there. Otherwise, he was a pretty well-rounded guy. I don't even want to say pretty. He's very well-rounded. Taking guys down, good BJJ, good movement. It's a heavyweight that moves like a middleweight. Just great all around. And he just sparked. I put it down there. He already KO'd the scariest heavyweight that's the guy I could see him losing to. Obviously, there's guys, maybe like a Curtis Blades, maybe, that could possibly give him problems. But even there, I think Tom's got that. If they rematch, obviously, the first fight happened. That was an injury. But yeah, I think he obliterates John Jones. Jailton Almeida, he beats him. I like Jailton, but he's not there yet. You know what I mean? I think if he went down to light heavyweight, there's some interesting fights there for him. I think he could beat a guy like Pereira, but heavyweight he can beat some of these guys, but not a Tom Aspinall. Once you get to that upper echelon of guys, it's hard. But yeah, he's young too. I think he's 20. Is he 20? I don't know. 29, 26? I don't know. He's around that range, but he's gonna hold the belt. I think he'll hold it for a long time. And yeah, that's all I really got for him. Not too much to say there. Light heavyweight, Magomed Ankalaev. This was a tough one for me because I was going back and forth between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. I know some people I've been seeing lists like on Twitter, Instagram, who they think the end of the champ at the end of 2024 will be. A lot of them have Rakic. That's a big one that everyone was saying. I don't know what the hype is about him. Honestly, like he's good. He's well-rounded. He's athletic. He's fast. He has all these attributes, but he got hit with like some big leg kicks from Jan. So did Magomed Ankalaev when they fought. But he also was getting touched too, like touched way more than Magomed Ankalaev was. Magomed Ankalaev actually fared pretty well on the feet. Just not the leg kicks. Leg kicks were big issue. Like you said, I put right here, good striking, but leg kicks are open. That's something that, Alex Pereira will make him pay if they fight. Johnny Walker really didn't, I don't know, I feel like he was improved. I'd have to rewatch that fight. I rewatched it. I don't really remember what happened like in the leg kick department. I just remember he faked like he got hurt to the body, and then he went up with that crazy flying knee, and then the knee happened, and then the whole referee debacle. They're going to run it back, so we'll see what happens there. But honestly, he's undeniable. I see Pereira's 2024 going like this. I think it's going to go, he'll fight Hill, he'll fight Magomed Ankalaev, and then he'll lose. So I think he'll beat Hill, and then he'll lose to Magomed Ankalaev. I just don't think who else is there. If Rakic beats Yuri, that makes it interesting. But I think Prochazka knocks out Rakic, man. I don't even think he gets that opportunity. So I'll probably make a video like breaking that down too. I don't want to get too much into that, but I think Ankalaev is the best stylistic matchup for Pereira. He'll take him down. He can, match him on the feet. I thought honestly Pereira would do a lot better in the Jan Blachowicz fight. I think the threat of the takedown made it like a little harder on him, but Jan was sticking with him with some better cardio. Maybe would have been able to do better. And then in the Yuri fight, he was amazing. So, but even there, it seemed like, I don't know, he didn't seem like, I heard a lot of people, like people saying this too, like it seemed like, I don't want to say regressed, but he didn't, in my mind, I thought he was just going to walk through him. That didn't seem like the Pereira that like was cooking Izzy, you know what I'm saying, or striker with Izzy. So, definitely he's beatable. He's beatable. You can match him on the feet. He's like a very intimidating guy. But you can definitely hang with him if you got it. So we saw Jan do it. Magomed could do the same. But the biggest thing is just having good IQ and taking the fight to the ground when you need to, like following a good strategy. And if Ankalaev at his best, no fouls, no injuries, 100% following a strategy, he can beat Pereira and he'll beat Walker come January 13th. Middleweight, I got Dricus du Plessis. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have answered with this like prior to the Whitaker fight. I always thought he was like a sloppy guy, bad cardio, all this type of stuff. But Now, I mean, with the nose job, he fixed all the breathing problems. He fixed all the cardio issues. It seems like this is one of the hardest hitting guys at middleweight. Weird style, very hard to figure out. I think come when's that event? UFC 297 main event. I think he'll beat Strickland. I just think I already made a breakdown. It has like 7.7 thousand, so y'all can check that out for more. But I think you beat Strickland. I think you got two guys who are coming head first at each other, putting on the pressure for each other. I think Dricus thrives in that environment. I think he'll be the harder hitter. He'll be the harder puncher. Very durable. Good grappling. I know Strickland's a good anti-wrestler, but I mean, Dricus has it everywhere. But you can look at my my breakdown of that fight. I went more in depth on that. And then Khamzat, I think he wipes Khamzat, man. I mean, that's a very easy fight for him, Not easy, but I think a lot of guys, I don't know. I think Usman kind of exposed him. Like Burns like kind of exposed him, but like I was willing to give Khamzat the benefit of the doubt, but like, and obviously we don't know what happened with the hand. We don't know what happened, like how he was feeling, maybe if he wasn't like 100%, but what I saw was a first round fighter. You know what I mean? A guy who can't go 5 rounds. I think Dricus picks him apart 2-3, knocks him out. You know what I mean? That's a tough fight for Khamzat. And then Izzy, prior to all the Sean Strickland debacle, I thought Dricus would be the one to beat Izzy. After that Whitaker fight, I was convinced, man. I was like, yo, like this guy has the grappling. We saw what Vettori was doing in some positions that he was able to get Izzy in. And he looked like he didn't know what he was doing. He put Dricus in those positions. He'll finish him. He'll submit Izzy. So it'll be interesting to see. And I think some of the guys that are coming up that could have given problems, like Ikram Aliskerov, I think Ikram Aliskerov, honestly, in a rematch against Khamzat could beat him. He's looking to be like a really good prospect. We got to see him against some tougher guys coming up. Those guys aren't really in the contention for a title shot quite yet. Cannonier's interesting, man. I don't know if he gets a title shot, but I'd like to see that fight, man. That Vettori fight was very impressive. I don't know if he beats him, but he definitely gives him a really good fight. So that's my guy, Dricus du Plessis. He's come on strong, man. He's definitely come on strong. I don't think anyone thought that he'd be where he is right now, and I'm picking him to be the champ by the end of the year. So next one, we got welterweight, another underrated pick, Bilal Muhammad. Bilal, remember the name Muhammad? Okay, so, hey, I don't know. Hey, so Bilal actually, fun fact, Bilal actually blocked me on Twitter, you know what I mean? So I think what did I say? I said, like, he was talking about, like, something about drawing numbers. And I said, like, bro, you cannot talk. Like, you don't draw anything. And then I got blocked, you know what I mean? But, like, I've been a big Bilal fan, bro. Like, I picked him against Brady. Honestly, I didn't think he'd do it how he did it, but, I've been a supporter of Bilal, you know what I mean? Obviously, we like to joke, he hasn't gotten the style shot, blah, blah, blah. But, he's a really good wrestler, man. I think he's so a lot of the stuff that he does kind of goes under the radar, but he's a good all-around fighter. I think that Burns win, I didn't think he was going to be Burns, honestly. I thought Burns is another one of my favorite fighters, and that was super impressive what he did there. But yeah, I think he's the best welterweight wrestler there is. I think if in the Leon fight, he'll be able to do what Kobe didn't do. Because I was heavy on Kobe. Y'all saw my prediction video that came out like months in advance. I thought Kobe would just maul Leon, take him to the ground, use his pace, use his cardio, wear on Leon. In spots where Kamaru Usman would kind of back off the cage and not apply pressure. Those were the spots where I thought Kobe would be able to capitalize, take him down, and win a 5-round decision. I don't know what Kobe that was. He didn't show up. You know what I mean? I still believe, bro, in my heart, prime Kobe beats Leon. I still believe that, bro. I don't know. So by that logic, I have to pick Bilal because I think Bilal can apply those same strategies. You have to look at that Usman fight, and you got to be like, hey, man, Usman with knees beats Leon. You know what I mean? A guy who can apply the pressure. Because Leon, I mean, even in this fight, his cardio, it wasn't really tested, you know what I mean? But in the Usman fight, he was backing up. He wasn't applying pressure. A guy who can overwhelm Leon, just not kind of get inside on him, not keep the fight at a striking distance, can really give Leon problems. I think in a rematch, Bilal, I think he's going to get the next title shot. I think Bilal will beat Leon. I'll drop a video once that gets announced. I think he'll beat him. And then if he fights again this year, I think he beats Shavkat, man. I'll double down, bro. I'm serious, bro. I think he beats Shavkat. Bilal's a 5-round fighter. You know what I mean? Shavkat, I don't think he's ever been 5 rounds. Shavkat's cardio is kind of suspect too. Bilal, now the thing is though that striking is crazy. You know, Shavkat, he has good kicks. He has pretty good striking, but he keeps his head on the center line. Bilal's a very smart fighter. He learns from fight to fight. You see the improvements from... I haven't seen the improvements, honestly, from Shavkat, you know what I mean? It's hard... I don't want to judge him off that last fight, but, you know, hey, I'm just saying, that last fight against Thompson just further proves that, you know, Bilal is the best wrestler at welterweight. I'll say it, because Shavkat was struggling to get a guy like Thompson down. You know, he was... even in the Jeff Neal fight. But, you know, Bilal is... he pretty much dominated Thompson. We saw some efforts from Thompson to stay up on the feet, but he was, and for the large part, he was just doing what he does best, you know. So I think when he really wants to get someone down, no one's really tested, honestly, Shavkat's wrestling. I don't think anyone's even shot on him. So I'd love to see Bilal tested. I think he'd be able to take him down. I truly believe that. But if he tries to like strike with him for 5 rounds, that might be dangerous. But if he can use his strategy, put him up against the cage, clinch, size would be an issue, but I think Bilal could pull it off, man. 48-47, split decision, unanimous decision. It would be a close fight, but he could do it. 5-round fight. He has a decent chin. He's a pretty tough guy, so that's I think Bilal Muhammad will be the welterweight champion by the end of 2024. Next one, we got lightweight. We got Islam Makhachev. There's not much I can really say, man. It's just I'm looking at you kind of sideways if you don't have Islam Makhachev as your lightweight champion going into the end of 2024, man. It's no one who could beat him, man. It's no one who could really like match him. I don't know. Gaethje, you know, maybe we could see, you know, but even there, Islam's just so well-rounded, man. He has the striking, he has the wrestling. Gaethje has the striking. You know, he's made improvements too, but even Gaethje at his best now. This is the new and improved Gaethje. This is not the Gaethje that fought Khabib. This is a different guy, but you know, Islam I think is a better fighter than Khabib was. I was so impressed with the performances against Volk, the knockout that he just had, but even in the first fight, him being able to stick with a guy like Volk, he can do that with any of the top guys. How he was able to just neutralize and destroy a guy like Charles Oliveira. It's not too many guys. I don't know. Maybe Arman Tsarukyan, but I see him. First fight, you put it in March, Saudi Arabia. He goes out there, he beats Justin Gaethje. I think Justin Gaethje will get the title shot over Charles Oliveira. Oliveira will fight Arman. I think Arman edges a close fight over Charles Oliveira, and then we see Islam and Arman. That's a close. But even Arman, I just think he's so young, man. He's not quite there. I think he's maybe a lesser version of Islam. Maybe he can grow to be that guy, but yeah, I think Islam's future, honestly, is at welterweight. I think he gets those 2 fights out the way, and then we can see him in a fight. That would be crazy, man. Islam versus Bilal, or Islam Leon, Islam Shavkat. That'd be interesting. But I'd like to see him at welterweight in the future. That'd be but like stay at welterweight, like not double champ. Maybe he can fight for the double champ status, but he needs to vacate that lightweight belt, because for the lightweight, there's so many cool matchups there. We still have Aziz out there. There's so much. I want to see Islam just stay at welterweight and not flip back and forth. Just stay there, defend his belts there, and retire. So that's my guy, though. He's the pound for pound best fighter in the world, in my opinion. Yeah, that's all I really got for that. Featherweight, Ilia Topuria. Been kind of going back and forth on this one too, because I have a lot of respect for Volk. Honestly, when this fight was first, after the Topuria fight with Emmett, I was like, nah, bro, Topuria not ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how like one fight can change everything. Cause like I never thought. I've watched Topuria like throughout his whole career. Like the fight with Jai Herbert, I was really impressed with, but I never thought at any point that he could beat Volk. But after Topuria just got head kicked by Islam, now I'm like, bro, like I don't know what it is. Father Time's undefeated, man. I don't know. Honestly, skill for skill, like Volk he's probably better, but I just can't like shake the fact. I don't know. I just think something's gonna happen to Volk, man. He's just gonna like one day he's gonna wake up, watch that Wilder fight too. I watched that Wilder fight. I was like, dang, like it really don't take much. The mental health stuff, you know, and Topuri's improving, man. Topuri's an improving star. He's gonna improve from fight to fight. This is the biggest fight of his career. You gotta expect that he's gonna show up at his best. And this is the worst. This is the time if you're gonna catch Volk. This is the time to catch him, man. This is the worst. This is the worst Volk's been, I think, right? I don't know. I don't want to put it like that, but he definitely climaxed somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely on the downslope. This is that Islam fight. Now it's like you must win, you know? So, yeah. He's a young and hungry guy. I think, I don't know how he does it, probably by decision. I don't know if he finishes. Maybe he'll score a knockdown or two in like rounds 2, 4. That's my big prediction. I think he'll definitely knock down Volk at some point in the fight. If he doesn't win, he'll definitely knock him down. You know what I mean? So, he probably goes to a decision, close fight, and Topuria gets it. They'll rematch. He'll beat him again, and then that might cap up his year. I don't know, but if a Holloway fight's in there, that's pretty tough. But I think he can get the job done there. That is a tough fight, though. I think Holloway, that's a hard fight. Might be, I don't want to say harder than Volk, but that's a tough fight. Holloway is always one of the best. Even though Holloway doesn't beat Volk, like he's a very stylistically hard fight. With the boxing, with his length, I don't want to say not power, but it's accumulation, man. The shots that he's able to put on guys, that's not something I don't think Topuria has seen before. So, yeah, even Volk, that's the next level too. So let's see if he can rise up to the occasion. I think he'll be able to do it. He'll beat him once and then beat him in a rematch. That's 2 fights. I think that'll be enough to keep the belts. Next one, we got Bantamweight. We got Merab Dvalishvili. Hey, man, this is my model guy right here, bro. Like, he has the best cardio in MMA, man. You have to, I don't know. I'm surprised he hasn't got, like, pop or something, man. Honestly, the guy has crazy, crazy mode. I don't know what he's doing. I hope one day, like, there's a documentary that comes out that details his training routine. Just shows like what he's doing every single day, like what type of methods he's doing to keep that cardio up, because it's insane. What's he doing like to get in nutrients? Like what is he doing to have that kind of pace? Because I've never seen that before, man. That's insane. Colby's there, but like Merab is crazy. You know what I mean? That guy is interesting, bro. It's crazy and crazy chin, crazy recovery. But if we're just talking about that's his skills, you know, he'll go out there, he'll hold you against the cage, multiple takedowns, tire you out. And then just do it over and over again, man. 5 rounds, 3 rounds. He's pushing for 5 rounds in the Cejudo fight. I don't know if it will be, but if it's 5 rounds, I like his chances even more. You know what I mean? 3 rounds, you know, that's iffy. But 5 rounds, I bet the house on Merab. So that's his pathway. I think O'Malley, Cheeto, I was going back and forth with that, but now I was initially on Cheeto KO, round 4. But now I switched to O'Malley decision. I think it goes one of 2 ways. I think, Cheeto late KO or O'Malley decision, but I'm leaning towards the O'Malley decision. I think O'Malley will be able to outclass Cheeto, play on the outside, just show his just a striking masterpiece. Honestly, it'll be not too much of an exciting fight, but or it's boring until Cheeto lands that big shot and knocks down O'Malley and knocks him out and becomes the Ecuadorian champion of the world. You know what I mean? Bring the belts home to Ecuador. So it could go one or 2 ways. So, but I'm liking O'Malley. So I think it'll be Merab beats Cejudo, 5-round fight. Hopefully, pushing for that, and then we get Merab O'Malley, and that's I don't want to say a layup, but that's you know what I mean. That's what you want. You know what I mean? If you're a Merab fan, that's a guy. Because I see, again, you know what I mean, Aljo kind of represents Kamaru Usman in this case. I see if Aljo were to push the pace, and cause I know that's what Merab's going to do. Maybe Merab will strike for like a little bit, but he's not going to wait till the second round to start, or wait till the last second till the first round to start wrestling. He's not going to strike for O'Malley too much. Seeing what happened with his partner, he's going to go out there, try to push the pace. The strategy, Aljo acknowledged it too. It wasn't a good strategy, striking with a guy at that dangerous, trying to close the distance. You got to get that range right immediately. Get your hands dirty, bro. Like, first couple seconds, bro. Do what Jan Blachowicz did in the Alex Pereira fight. Go out there, waste no time, and get him up against the cage and push for takedowns. That's what you got to do. So I think Merab will do that. I think he'll do that for 5 rounds against Sean O'Malley. He's a 5-round fighter. He's built for championship fights. Cardio was not going to be an issue, and I think he'll be able to beat Sean O'Malley before the end of 2024 and be the bantamweight champion of the UFC. So, yeah, next one, we got women's bantamweight. I don't know. I'm not too tapped in with the women's. I've seen a couple of Maru Bueno Silva's fights, but this is more of a pick of I think she'll be able to run through Raquel Pennington. I think she's past her prime. She's having a little career resurgence, but I think MBS is on another level. You know what I mean? What she was able to do against Holly Holm, that was pretty impressive. It made her look easy, honestly. Obviously, that fight got called back, but it wasn't because of performance enhancing drugs. That was just a ADHD thing I heard. So she's really good. I think she's young. She moves really well on the feet. She's got a lot of tools. So I think then from there it's Pena, and I think Pena. I mean, she has some good skills. I was pretty impressed with her fight in the Nunes fight. She never gave up. You know, she has a lot of heart of a champion, but she's not active, bro. I mean, I don't like this big layoff that she's having, bro. She hasn't fought in since 2020. Middle of 2022, I don't know, but it's gonna be a long time since she's fought, bro. It's crazy. She's very inactive. I was hoping that she'd come back for that trilogy against. A lot of people were pushing. They're like, no, I don't want to see this fight with this trilogy with Nunes, and then Aldana steps in there and she's terrible too. So it's like, bro, y'all could it wasn't that bad. Like I wanted that trilogy. So it sucks that she couldn't get in there, but that's bad though. You know, activity can do a number on you. Especially when you're getting up in age too. Pena's not young, I don't think. So y'all can fact check me on that. I don't really. I'm not. I'm just talking from the dome. But yeah, Pena. I think MBS. She's active. She's fighting. She's constantly in there. She's pretty well rounded. Good submissions. Good striking. Aggressive. She's a finisher too. I think she'll be the women's bantamweight champion by the end of 2024. Flyweight champion Alexander Pantoja. Tough one too. I mean, I feel like flyweight, honestly, it's been that division where I think a lot of things can. Ever since Demetrius Johnson left, it's been a division where things can flip flop. You know, I thought the belt would kind of be hot potato, but I think we found our champ that's gonna keep it for some time. I think Reina Albazi, that'll happen. Hopefully Albazi can get in there so we can get a new challenger for Pantoja. But it seems like his title run is gonna include a lot of rematches. A lot of trilogies, a lot of quadrilogies, maybe. But yeah, I think Moreno should beat Albazi. I don't know. I'll do a breakdown on that when that comes out. I got to watch some tape, see what's there. But Moreno probably beats Albazi, so Albazi doesn't get that shot. And then he already fought Moreno. I mean, I feel like Moreno's the only guy that could beat him, and he already beat him. He's beaten him, now it's 3 times? So that'll be the 4th fight. It's really 2-0 in pro MMA. The other ones was an exhibition back on the Ultimate Fighter, and then Cop is someone who could do it, but I don't know. He already Pantoja already beat him, so you know what I mean. Pantoja's just very well rounded. He does a lot of things well. Crazy heart, crazy toughness. It's gonna take a lot to beat that guy. So it's honestly it's kind of hard for me to the other divisions you can kind of pinpoint, like middleweight. You can see Sean DDP. Next Hamzat is around lightweight. That's pretty easy to pinpoint. You can see if it's Islam Gaethje, Armand Olivier. You can kind of matchmake Pantoja with this flyweight division. I don't really know where this division's kind of going because of all these rematches. It seems like a lot of these guys have already fought each other 5 times. You know what I mean? So I don't know where the UFC is gonna go with it. They'll have a plan though. You gotta trust them. But yeah, I think Pantoja, he's already beaten a lot of these guys, so I think he'll just do it again. Women's flyweight, Erin Blanchfield. Yeah, she has that Marab style. I feel like she's unbeatable. She's very young. The striking could get better, but again, with these young fighters, you never know when they're gonna make that leap, when they're gonna make that jump. She's showing improvements from fight to fight. I was pretty impressive with that Tyler Santos one was very underrated, man. That's why she got my Women's Fighter of the Year. That was a very impressive win. It sucks to see that Tyler Santos is out of the UFC, but we still don't know what's up with that story. I don't know. I'm trying to look to see what's up with that story, but yeah, Blanchfield, she's great wrestling, great grappling. She's just a powerhouse there. She has the submissions too. She can strike somewhat, and I think a very underrated feature about her, she has a crazy chin, bro. She was eating some shots. I know you don't never want to be known for having a good chin. Yeah, you don't want people knowing that you have a good chin or you don't have a chin. You know what I mean? You just want to not get hit. So, but I mean, she has some crazy toughness, man. She was eating some shots, bro. And you can never question that. Like in these 5-round fights, she's gonna be really tough. So she might eat a shot from Grasso and she'll be able to eat that and just keep going. So yeah, Valentina, I don't think I don't know what direction they're gonna go with that. I mean, she has a fight against. I forgot that Blanchfield has a fight against Montefiore. No, I mean she'll beat her the same way that she beat Taylor Sanchez, man. I don't see any the Blanchfield got that easy for 100%. So, and then Valentina, once she gets there, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do a trilogy or what direction they're gonna go in, but I thought that was a really close fight with Valentina and Grasso, but I thought Valentina probably edged that. I gotta rewatch it though, see it from a different perspective, obviously, but. Grasso's very beatable. Valentina's old, so those guys they're on the chopping block for sure. So I think Blanchfield, she can go out there, just do the same style that Merab does. Put people against the cage. It doesn't have to be pretty. I think that's a big thing. You don't have to go out there get the knockout, just get the win. I think she's really good at that. Staying disciplined, listening to her coaches, sticking to the game plan, again, win. So yeah, my women's flyweight champion by the end of 2024 is Erin Blanchfield. Last but not least, Zhang Li. Another tough one. Another one I'm not too sure about. Low confidence, but yeah, I think Zhang Li. I think she's got it, bro, against Tatiana Suarez. I don't know. I was watching tape on Tatiana Suarez. Whole time I thought I don't know where I got it from, but I thought she was 5'10". I don't know where I got that from. I don't know, but when she was fighting Jessica Andrade, it seemed like she was super tall. But apparently, Jessica Andrade is 5'1". I didn't even know that. That's insane. That's crazy. But I was looking, so they're Tatiana Suarez and Zhang Li. Obviously, Tatiana will have a pretty decent size advantage, but she's not that. I think she's 5'6", and then to 5'5", and Zhang Li 5'4". I don't really know, but she's around that. The size difference is not going to be that crazy. So initially, I was like, "Yo, how is she gonna do with a 5'10"? That was scary. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, no. The size is not gonna be not that much of an issue, I don't think. I think Zhang Li will be able to get in on the inside, land her shots. Again, she's super well-rounded. She's going to be the better striker in this matchup. The what's it called? Her leg, I mean, she's a pretty lengthy fighter, Tatiana Suarez is, so that'll be hard to do. But I'd like to see her shoot some takedowns. She could go out there and do that, but on the feet, she should have the advantage. Yeah, I think I just got to go with she has huge power, too. Some people forget that, too. She's got heavy hands on the feet. So I think Tatiana Suarez, I mean, a lot of her fights have been very, how do I say, she's just been running through a lot of these people, Not too many tough tests. I think Zhang Li, once you get a tough test like that, it's you're going to be wishing that you got this, 2 fights ago. Yeah, my bad. This is someone who's been fighting. She's staying in action. She just came off of I think one of the most dominant women's MMA wins that we've ever seen. She's in her prime. She's done really well to bounce back from back-to-back Rose Namajunas losses. So I think this is her time. A lot of people have been slating Tatiana Suarez as the female Khabib. I don't think it's her time quite yet. I think this is the Zhang Li era, and I think she gets it done. I don't know how she could get it done by decision, finish, submission. She can get it done in a lot of ways. So, yeah, that's my pick right there. Zhang Li, the state champ. Oh, yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I just completely, skipped past Zhang Zhao. She got a really good win. I think she'll probably be next. I'd like to see them put an event in China. UFC China. You have 2 Chinese women's MMA stars, women's MMA fighters. In the smallest division that we have, headlining a card, that would be huge. And she deserves it. Yan Zhao, she got the win over Mackenzie Dern. A lot of people didn't think she would be able to do that. Just to stay out of those submissions. She's really good at surviving on the ground. And then really good striking. I mean, that knockout against Jessica Andrade, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. I was picking her in that fight, but not too many people picked her. So I'd like to see that first and then the Tatiana Suarez fight. But I think she wins both of those. So that's all I really got for y'all today in this video. Those are my the UFC champions at the end of 2024. Those are my picks for all of them. Leave a like on the video, subscribe. Peace out, most great. You know what it is. Cool.